Good morning, everyone. This video is to give you some tips on how to succeed on the short answer parts of the osslt. There will be multiple places on the test where you have to answer a short answer question. Today we will talk about two types of the short answer questions on the test. Remember this reading from last week? Perhaps in your previous class you read the article and tried the multiple choice questions. Your teacher is going to redistribute the reading from last week's lesson now. You may remember the article, reread the selection to familiarize yourself with the contents again. You may pause this video to allow that reading to happen. Now that you've read the selection again, read the short answer question. Why is Lizarda a good choice for this internship? Use specific details from the selection to explain your answer. This is the actual question students were asked to answer after this reading. Pause the recording now and write down your answer to the question in the space provided. Now we will go through some tips on writing an answer for the test. As we go through the suggestions, think about which suggestion you could apply to your own work to improve your answer. Tip number 1. Answer with part of the question. So in this case, we would write, Lizarda is a good choice for this internship. The question asks you to provide evidence, but you must look for where you are to get that evidence. Is it from the text? From your own ideas? In this case, you can see that it says, use specific details from the selection, meaning that your answer must contain evidence from the actual article. Now we have selected specific details from the article to support the answer. Lizarda is a good choice for this internship. All his life, he has had a passion for art. He began drawing as a child and has continued his passion by learning to draw on the computer. His professor says that Lizarda is an excellent student who understands both the principles of animation and how to make an animation entertaining. As you can see, all of the underlined sections are actually specific details that we found in the text. It is very important that you make the connection between the evidence and the conclusion that you've made. You cannot expect your reader to make the connection. In this case, we've added a concluding sentence. He clearly has both the skills and the talent to be a great intern. This connects the idea that he understands the principles of animation and has the skills for that, but also that he has the talent to make his animation entertaining. Remember, it is really important that you make the connection for your reader. Take a minute to compare your answer with the answer from the previous slide. What could you do to improve your answer? Here is the answer again. Read it one more time and compare with your own answer. Discuss with your teachers the changes you might make to your own work. Now we will take a look at another type of short answer question on the test. So here's the example. Identify an important environmental issue. Use specific details to explain why it is important. Take a minute and answer this question on the space provided on the handout. You may pause this video. Notice the difference with this question. This question is not based on any article that you've read. You have to use your own knowledge to supply the evidence for this answer. Again, you need to use the words from the question in your answer. So we have started with, an important environmental issue is the contamination of water. This time, we need to think of details from our background knowledge to use as evidence. So we've added, water is a natural resource that humans cannot live without. Without water, you can die in 3 to 4 days. Only 2.5% of the Earth's water is fresh water. So here we've added the details about why we need water and about the amount of fresh water that is on Earth. Perhaps you don't know anything about fresh water or water contamination. Don't worry. You know something about environmental issues. You just need to leverage the knowledge you already have. Once again, we will add a concluding sentence in order to connect our evidence and our conclusion. So, in this case, we've written, we need to make sure that we do not contaminate the water because we have a limited supply and we cannot get more. Finally, one more time, pause and compare your answer with the answer from the previous slide. What could you do to improve your answer? Here's the slide one more time so you can compare your answer. You can find this lesson and other lessons from Test Tuesdays on the Westdale website if you wish to continue practicing for the osslt.